Thank you and welcome to the St. Amant charity fundraiser for kids with disabilities. Thank you all for coming out. Big round of applause to everybody for coming out. Dennis Points is going to come out. He's going to be the first comedian. It would be really nice if everybody could move up to the front because comedians work off the energy of the crowd. So if we get everybody to come up and sit in the front rows to support the comedian, everybody come on up. Don't stay in the back. It's going to be really a lot of fun stuff coming up, a lot of funny stuff. So, but we need your energy to come to the front. Come on up, don't be shy. There's a bunch of seats here in the front. There's a camera here. We need heads for the camera or else on TV it's going to look like nobody came. So come on up to the front. We'd really appreciate it. You won't be disappointed. It's not any more expensive to sit at the front. Come on up, guys. Sit as close as you can before I introduce your first comedian, Dennis Punch. Are you ready? Is everybody listening? Hello! Are you ready to laugh? They say that laugh heals all pain and illness. Can I hear an amen? Amen. Are you ready to laugh? Woo! Are you ready to hear Dennis? Well, you're going to be disappointed. No, I'm just kidding. This man is funny. He's worth the $5. And the free drink included. Without delay, my good friend. Round of applause for Dennis Punch.
That was a shitty applause, man. Let's make some noise for Joe and his MC skills. Yeah! How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody intoxicated yet? No. You should be. You have a free drink with the ticket, man. That's how we suckered you in, actually. So, holy, there's 3 cameras and bright lights. So, this is actually my second time trying to do comedy. First time I did it was actually in front of one person, or as I like to think of it, it was an intimate audience. That's just me being an optimist, I guess. So, she was laughing quite a bit, which was a good thing. After she laughed, I just had to pull my pants back up and start doing the walk of shame out of the bedroom. Like, So, I met her at the Spike. And I knew I picked up at the Spike, and I knew I went to my place, but it didn't feel that way because she was having none of it. Provincial joke. So, back to the walk of shame. You guys watch Game of Thrones? Anybody? Game of Thrones? Yeah? For those that don't watch Game of Thrones, there's a part in the show where the queen gets caught, I can't swear because there's cameras, making love to her brother. And I was like, huh? Just like most of you, my first reaction was, I didn't know they shot Game of Thrones in Saskatchewan. Provincial toke number 2. Yeah. So anyways, as I was walking out of this broad from none of its place, I was like, what did she expect? Who has sex in the igloo anyways? It's cold in here. And as I'm walking out, she literally had, the queen, she had to do her shame walk through town while the people were throwing tomatoes and they're like, you know, she's buck naked and they're yelling, shame, shame. So I'm walking out of this room, embarrassed and kind of shrinkage. And literally, people started flooding the hallways dressed in old-time gear and started throwing tomatoes and shit at me, yelling, shame, shame. Literally, she went out of her way to fucking have me get tomatoed as I'm exiting this igloo. So I'm heading toward the snout of the igloo, or whatever the exit's called. I don't know what it's called, the shaft, the circumcision gone wrong, I don't know, whatever. And as I'm walking, ducking and dodging tomatoes, I hear, holy shit. So I look in the crowd, wiping the citric acid from my retina, from the tomatoes, and I see a familiar face in there. Almost a comforting face. I'm trying to still duck. And as I'm getting closer, I just kind of make out this face a little bit. And I'm like, man, that's a very humbling, I feel safe with this face. And as I get closer and the tomato drips from my eyeballs, I see it coming clearly. And it looks kind of like my dad. And I'm like, hey, my dad's here to save me. He had that dad face, you know, the one where you're across from the dinner table where he knows you did something wrong. And he just finished work, so he's going to eat first, but he's going to beat you later. So he's having his face, and still I wasn't quite sure that if it was him or not. So the crowd is yelling, shame, shame. And as I got closer to the comforting face, I knew it was my dad because he's yelling at me, shave, shave, Dennis. I'm like, what? That's not even what they're saying, bro. Kill Maldit, he didn't shave his face before he got tomatoed. Like it'd make a difference. But anyways, it's a fundraiser tonight for the St. Amand Center. Thank you all for coming. Great cause. Yeah, make some noise. I worked in the school division actually with special needs kids, so it's close to my heart. And it's a very good cause for putting it on the port, and Joe and everybody helping out is awesome. So, working in the school division, you guys remember when you were in school, there was no such thing as a dumb question? Remember that? No? You never heard that before? No such thing as a dumb question. Bullshit. Bullshit. In school there isn't because they have to tell you that. In real life, that shit doesn't count. Example, I'm sitting in the lobby of a hotel with the baggage cart, ready to set up a social or wedding I was doing. Sitting in front of the elevator, and some mid-aged woman comes up to me and she looks at me and says, "Is this the elevator?" Like, can you explain to me how many doors you've seen that open from the middle and has 2 buttons? I want you to tell me where you've seen doors that look like this. The fuck do you think's happening? People are walking in there and just disappearing? Like, what the hell? Is this the elevator? Well, most likely it's the elevator. I mean, other than the door, it's not an episode of Star Trek. Come on, this ain't fucking. That's not right. The other question that I had was, I was with a girl this summer, August, Winnipeg, August, 45 degrees outside, scorching hot. At like 5 o'clock, we're gonna go for dinner, right? 7 o'clock evening. She goes, "Do you think I need a jacket?" It's 45 degrees 3 hours ago. What the fuck do you think happened in 3 hours to make it drop that much? Even if it dropped 20 degrees, it'd still be 25 degrees outside. I think I'm gonna be chilly. And I'm like, after this posters about the comic show, people try to fuck with me, you know, which is awesome. So as a gentleman, I asked her, "Are you fucking with me? You think you need a jacket?" Do you know what happens if a chick got that cold and you hear no sirens and no yelling? A jacket ain't gonna do shit. You need a fucking lead vest. Because shit's gone nuclear and plans are now cancelled. Forget that shit. So yeah, I'm a little nervous if you can't tell right now. I just changed my... Thanks. I just made a little mulyu in my pants a little bit. Bitox sauce. So, growing up Portuguese, most of you here are Portuguese. Those of you who are not, you're welcome. So when I was growing up, and most of you probably could relate, this was my daily schedule as a youth. Monday to Thursday, you guys could probably relate. Yeah. Monday to Thursday, English school, 9 o'clock in the morning. Woke up, Rocket Robin Hood, Inspector Gadget. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You have to really focus though, because in the background your parents are arguing about random shit, you know what I mean? Why don't you cut the lawn? Because it's winter. It's fucking winter, Maria. I'm gonna cut the lawn in the winter for. So we go to school, lunchtime we come home, have some lunch, 3:30, get home. Have a little bit of lunch, 5:30, we'd go to Portuguese school, Hugh John McDonald. Yeah, make some noise for Portuguese school. 7 years of not learning shit. So, how it happened is I grew up in the West End, Lipton Street. That's right. Lipton like the soup. When you're sick, it's either Kanja or Lipton soup. Depends what time you get home at. Anyways, we had a couple of neighbors that went to Portuguese school, so we would all jump in and carpool, right? So our ride to Portuguese school consisted of 5 o'clock meeting at the common place, jumping into the back of a Be Clean van, 7 of us, no seats in the back, no seats. 5-gallon pails of toxic chemicals. And then the best was when they had the mop bucket with the wheels, because that was a hell of a ride. You'd sit at the front, and when the green light turned green, and red light, hilarious. Not even worried though, not even worried. Now you can't even smoke in a car with a kid because, we had 5-gallon pails of toxic chemicals. And at the end of the day, if that shit spilled, we had to pay for it. I'm like 10 years old, what am I doing paying with this? I can't pay for this shit. So Portuguese school was a trip. And that was Monday to Thursday. Fridays would consist of English school for myself, piano, guitar lessons, and then we go off to the Portuguese Association for folk dancing, right? And the Portuguese Association was a trip because that's like you walk into a place and there's like hundreds of Portuguese people in the same place. There's a strong stench of bifanas and small. And someone's grandma's crocheting some shit in the corner. I don't even know what happened. So, speaking of elevator joke earlier, I got stuck in the elevator association when I was 6 years old. 6 years old, stuck in the elevator. Yeah, laugh it up, fuckers. Scared shitless. What happened was, they had a foosball table in the lounge and a pool table, but none of the kids could play that shit. None of the adults played that shit. It was just there for look. It's like that couch with the plastic you could never sit on. It's for the look, we don't use it. Just like my ex-girlfriends when they date me. It's for the look, they don't use it. Shit. So anyways, we entertain ourselves by crushing a Coke can and then playing soccer with the Coke can, and the elevator doors were the net, right? Never mind getting a contusion from the sharp edges, fuck that. And they weren't even concerned about our health or safety. They were more concerned about the paint that would be chipping off the walls. Yeah! You guys put a fucking hole in the wall. You know how many chops it's gonna take to fix that? 3 and 2 boxes of wine. So anyways, what happened was the elevator door opened and I guess someone shot the Coke can and it got lodged between the gap of the elevator and the door, and we decided, oh, we're gonna get it. And as we're in there, me and my buddy Steve, the door closes. And all of a sudden we're heading down. And we hear... Was it a goal, or did it cross the line, or did that count? Because now we're, whatever. So people were yelling at us through the elevator, only after like 25 minutes. They didn't give a fuck, right? Like, we're missing a goalie, where are they? Hell, we're in here. So eventually people started realizing, oh shit, these guys are stuck in there, right? So pure Portuguese construction, elevator, solid elevator. 98% done. The one part missing, the emergency telephone. We're like, oh, use the wires. We're like, what? Trying to Morse code that. I need help, don't tell my dad. I need help, don't tell my dad. 6 hours, everybody, 6 hours later. 6 hours later, Saturday night. We were stuck 6 hours in the elevator. People were yelling, don't worry, Rescue 911's coming. Remember that show, Rescue 911, William Shatner? Rescue 911? I'm like, wow, William Shatner's gonna come narrate my fucking, my rescue? That's awesome. Don't tell my dad. So, fire department, everybody's there trying to get us out. You know how I got out? It was 6 in the morning Saturday night. My dad, they're working on the main floor. My dad went to the basement, pulled Moses. He just grabbed the elevator doors and ripped them because there's no way he was missing a good age the next morning. He rips open these doors, and we hear this noise. As the doors open, the elevator, literally like, we're like, oh my God. So 6 hours later, I'm 6, I'm exhausted, I'm scared. I'm waiting for William Shatner to tell me everything's gonna be okay. Motherfucker never showed up. Like, what the hell, man? Beam me up, Scotty. No. So the first thing I see, the doors open, almost like the shame walk, is my dad's face. And I'm like, I'm glad to see you, but I know it's coming. Blushes. You know what blushes are? What are blushes? Is it a cookie or a smack? Is it a cookie or a smack? Because I'm confused as shit. My mom's like, "Guess what blushes?" Sure. The hell? Where did that come from? Blushes? What the hell? That's like when you grow up in the house, Portuguese house, you're always walking in a defensive stance because you never know when a chinela's going to come around the corner. Whoa! Chinela, whoa, shit! The other thing you learn quickly is wooden spoons are better than plastic because my mom broke one on my ass. And I was like, yeah, joke's on you, I'm going to buy a plastic one. That shit never broke. After the wooden one breaks, they usually kind of give up because they feel bad because now they can puncture and stab, which means they got to go to the bathroom, get some tintura, fucking tintura that shit up. You guys know what tintura is? Yeah, like it's a crazy chemical that you put over a cut. The cut will heal. 3 months later, you'll still have the orange fucking chemical. Like shit, like a bad spray tan. What is that? Should I get it checked out? Fuck tintura. This stuff hell healed, but why is it still orange? I'm not a ginger. Get your knee drained, Gannon. So, am I talking too fast? I feel like I'm rushing through this. I'm sweating. Hey, it's a comedy show. Positive vibes only. Yeah, turn the camera over there. Sorry guys, I'm a little parched right now. Everybody cheers up for the Port Cafe for putting on a lovely venue, everybody. As I stall to see my key cards. Okay, yeah, I forgot. That was Friday. So English school, music lessons, dancing. Saturday would be some youth group activity involved with the church or soccer or something like that, right? We did a famine one time at the Portuguese church, 24-hour famine. And they thought it was a great idea to put a bunch of teenagers in the whole basement of the church and be like, hey, you guys starve for 24 hours, you'll raise some money, everybody's gonna be happy. 6 hours, we're like, fuck this. We're gonna order some pizza. Now we're honing back into our little defensive skills from home because we don't want to upset Jesus. God, okay, we're gonna order pizza to the back door, but we're gonna tell the pizza guy to meet us on the corner. Portuguese church located on Euclid and like the ghetto. It's in the ghetto. Okay? When you leave church on a Sunday at noon, you pass the aerosol highway and you feel so elated. Not because of the Spirit of God, because you're high as fuck off the aerosols you're fucking sniffing. Which is awesome until you get home and you're like, what the fuck just happened? I was feeling so good and I'm about to get a beating for something I don't even know I did. Did I upset Jesus at church? I swear to God. Sorry for ordering pizza, Jesus, but we're 10 and we're hungry. Jesus Christ. So we go to church on Sunday. We be church and then band practice, lead to Fatima. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You know what's messed up is that, again, the location of the church is in the middle of Euclid and like, in the hood, you know. 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning, a bunch of Portuguese would line up on the fucking street and do a parade for some saint. And all you hear is marching band playing the same song 30 times over, but it sounds different because it's a different key. And as you're walking down the street holding these, like, I guess, I don't know what they are, relics. I was holding the cross one time and I sneezed. That shit dropped. I caught it in time, but when I looked to the side, I saw this. You know, put baby Jesus mishaps, you're gonna get it. So as we're walking down the streets, we have all these people who are in their houses, and this is the hood. So you know that they barely just went to sleep, never mind. And then the song would stop. So for like the next half a kilometer, all I hear is shuffling. Shut the fuck up! You can't swear in Jesus' name. You're gonna get struck down by lightning. So anyways, that was a typical week. Can anybody else relate to that? Was that your weeks too? Yeah? I go to school in the morning and they'd be like, did you finish your homework? What? No, I went to Portuguese school. I go to Portuguese school. Did you finish your homework? No. I went to English school. What the hell? So one of our carpool drivers was a friend of mine's dad. He used to drive a Pontiac Sunbird. Yeah. One of the first recollections of all of them. Pontiac Sunbird, a Chevette, or a Dodge Colt. And of course there's a truck in there somewhere, but all trucks are the same. So this guy would pick us up in a Pontiac Sunbird 2-door, stuff 7 of us in there, and we'd be clamped. Dead of winter. His windows didn't work. He was a smoker, and he must have had he must have phlegm all the time, because he's always... We will rock you. Yeah. So, instead of harking anywhere, what he would do is, and Sunbirds had the long door, there's 5 of us packed in the back, no seatbelts, and he'd, 60 miles an hour, open the door, and then wait in case there was a backup. You know what I mean? There's a first initial, then there might have been a backup. So it was like half a block of the door wide open. This guy's spitting out the door, and the worst place was being the seat behind the driver's seat, because if it's a windy day, you fucking get the blowback. Like, oh God! What the hell is this guy doing? Am I going to catch something from this? The same guy, in fact, during English school, instead of going to the office, I guess his son had a doctor appointment that day. And instead of going to the office and saying, oh, I need Pedro to come with me, we have a doctor appointment, he decided to just go door to door, like a Halloween trick-or-treater. Bust the door open. Pedro! Pedro! We have to go to the doctor! Pedro! That's not the worst part. The worst part is, he just woke up in the morning, flannel top, sweatpants, no gitch. So it was more like, Pedro! Shit. Never ate chorizo since then. Never had a pizza chorizo since then. No thank you, sir. I think it's going pretty well with you guys. You enjoying it? You're laughing? Good. Good. Just kidding. I need to refer back to my cue cards because I had too many Budweisers. But that's all good. Oh, church. I was an altar boy. Never touched my asshole. I fucked a priest. Just kidding. Don't put that on TV because my mom will be, in a month from now they'll be like, I killed him all date. Talking bad about the priests. Vajava. But anyways, I was altar boy at church. And if you go to church, you know there's that one part where they do a whatever, so hey, here's the body of Christ. And the bells come in. Ding-a-ding-a-ding. 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 Now that is a privilege as an altar boy. So I was a replacement ding-a-ding-a-dinger. Never touched the ding-a-dings until the guy was sick. Or grounded or whatever. But me, I got a little flavor, I got a little soul, I'm a DJ. So instead of the random ding-a-ling, I try to throw a little ding-a-ling-a-ding-ding-ding-ding. Jesus. Love Jesus. Ding-a-ling-a-ding. As I do that, I get up and I see my dad. Like, shit, bad decision. My dad was trying to throw some flavor in this. I went to a funeral one time for my coworker, African-American guy. I went to that church funeral. That shit was a party, you know. I tried to be all respectful. They were singing and dancing. I was like, oh shit, yeah, this guy's dead. It's great. We're all gonna dance and then eat. I go to the Portuguese church funeral. Now let's wait for 600 people to shake my hand and say they're sorry. But there's refreshments in the basement. RC Cola because we're on a budget though. Can't afford that good shit. Oh God. Oh God. One time my older brother, I love him but he's an asshole. He used to use me because I was really involved in the community. So he'd be like, oh, I'm going to take Dennis to the church for Miss Teen Portugal. I'm like, hell yeah we are. He had a new Camaro. Oh yeah. Dropped me off and he'd go fuck off with his buddies. Awesome. 2 a.m, Miss Teen Portugal's over. Everybody's leaving the church. And I'm by myself outside till 6 o'clock in the morning. God damn! There's no more aerosols for me to sniff, so I wasn't even high. It's brutal. But there was the one guy, you guys remember, he had the hook hand. He had the hook hand. It was like a scream. So I'm hiding in the bushes, wondering, oh God, at least I'm at a church. What can go wrong at a church? A lot of shit go wrong at the church, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of shit go wrong. Someone shot a bow and arrow at me. What the fuck is that? A bow and arrow? That shit hasn't happened since 1600s. But really, it was just a tree branch that snapped off because I was hiding. And every time I saw a pair of headlights, I was like, my brother's here. Nope, back to the bush. Shit. I tried to blend in with my environment by rubbing dirt on my face, like the Predator. And it got kind of chilly, so I had to do it, guys. I pissed my pants just to keep warm. And the worst part, when after Kels picked me up, my mom was more upset that I had a pee stain in my pants. It's like, shit. But I couldn't rat my brother out, because that's your brother, right? So I have 2 brothers, younger and older. 10 out of 10? Okay. We were growing up, you know, we have older brothers, but we got a lot of beatings. We got a lot of beatings from my dad. Which is not bad, because, you know, I mean, nowadays I think, I'll say it, kids need to get beat, yo. Kids need to get beat. Yeah, that's right. Don't make fun of your brother. Clean your shoes. Anyways, the one time when we knew we were safe, the one